DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, snow's back. It's winter again. Yeah, we've had warm weather for the last period, but then for about a week now it's changed. So yeah, back to the white stuff. It's in a way nice and in a way not. I mean, now the roads have cleared up, so at least you can drive safely and still have the nice snow decor, albeit I gotta walk carefully and try not to knock myself out slipping all over. So what's up this week? Well, it's been a relatively, I would say, relatively good week. A lot of little things going on. The son of ours was over yesterday and he had to finish some type of I don't know if it's a midterm work or end of whatever. Anyway, it was a really big term paper anyway, and man, they gave him very short delays, and since it's in he's in nursing like Mrs. DC, she stayed up with him most of the night, well, probably up until 4, I think, working on that paper because they had to give it in this morning. I thought, yeah, it's a good mom, very good mom. She was proofreading and stuff like that, and yeah, she just stayed up with him, and he gave it in on time, thanks to mom. Yay for moms sometimes, isn't it the case? Tonight I've got something kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. I've been asked by the youth group at church, something that's been organized, actually I should say, by the pastors, but it'll be with the youth group, for me and I think one other person, to talk to them like, why in heck will we be a scientist and still believe? Well, that'll be an interesting talk. I mean, to convince them, because most people think that you have to pull your brain out if you remain a Christian believer. Well, sorry guys, it's wrong, but it's not going to be my apologetics here on YouTube. Suffices to say, though, that there are a lot over history and still in contemporary world of very good and brilliant scientists which are believers. So anyway, that'll be fun. It's always interesting to see what the young people come up with. Not that I mean that they always, sometimes people say, oh, the young people always bring up the best things, and they do a lot of times bring up some really good stuff. But sometimes inexperience comes through, and the questions that they ask basically, they're not always thought out. So I'm kind of hoping there'll be a good balance, because it is fun, getting to talk with the younger generation, because as our children are now young adults, like in their mid-20s already now, well, that means that we don't get to have that contact as much with, real bona fide teenagers anymore. So that's going to be a fun time. So, just walking around. I was wondering if there was going to be any other circles somewhere. There was some far off in the woods around here. Some of those Wiccan stuff I always thought it could have been. But who knows. Anyway. Well, that snow, though, is a bit of a pain when it comes to the geocaching in the woods, because sometimes you can't find them because they're under snow. Or I've had geocaches which have been frozen into place, which you couldn't get them out anymore. But we'll see. We have a party on the weekend at some friends, so it probably wasn't going to be a geocaching thing anyway. So there's going to be a few things coming up this year. It's going to be an interesting spring, but I'm not going to talk about these things now because it would be anticipating on things a bit too quickly, but that's a bit of a teaser. As things will develop, we'll see what comes up. Okay, so that's it for now. A really, really little short vlog from DC. I know you're not used to me making these short vlogs. But I will say something like Dave Nicholson said the other day. Have you ever noticed how I always end up talking after I've stopped the vlog? And some of you have noticed. Okay. So, nevertheless, DC will be signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope you have a good Friday and a good weekend coming up. Bye.